I am so glad that I am not playing with colors. Like, I love the eye look, but I have been looking at my nude lip because I missed my nude lip this whole time. Anyway, welcome back to Mirror Messages Beauties. Erica McKenzie here. Today we are going to do this soft look because this is about as soft as it gets with me. We're going to talk about the mirror message and we'll get into it. It's really good. Let's get into the video. Alright, beauties, I am primed. One of those days. Alright, so beauties, I am primed, I'm prepped, I'm ready to go. I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to this look because I feel like, oh my goodness, what am I thinking? Sorry. I'm looking forward to this look because I feel like it's a softer look in my opinion, and I feel like I do a lot of over the top stuff. So I'm excited. I'm going to be using some of my favorite palettes today. I'm going to begin by going in with the original Jaclyn Hill palette. I don't have the names to the colors, so my bad. But I am going to start off with this like really nude shade up top right here. And I'm going to use this for the very first transition. I'm going to build it up a little bit. Going in with my Morphe M576. And I am, really bothered by this pimple. You know, every time I think my skin is clearing up, something happens. I'm beginning to think that it's my diet. I am going to go diagonal down from that color. I'm going to go into this color right here. Wait, let me make sure you can see it because, yeah, probably should see it, right? This color right here. And with the Morphe JH32, I'm going to pick that up. And I'm going to concentrate this color on my crease. Putting emphasis on my crease. I really don't want to go up any higher than my crease because I want it to be deep. Yeah. So I'll start on the outer corner and I'll work my way in to the inner corner. And while we are deepening up our crease, let's get into the mirror message. So today's mirror message is just a reminder to listen to your first mind. Listen to your gut. You know, there's like this small voice in your head that says, don't do this or do that. You know what I mean? You ever wake up and you're like, I think I'm just going to take a different way to work. Or something is telling me that I shouldn't do this. Something is telling me this is not a good idea. That's your first mind. That's your gut. Listen to that, okay? Typically, your first mind is not wrong, you know. If your first thought was, or your gut was telling you, this is not a good idea, I don't have a good feeling about this, you should listen. You should definitely listen. Now I'm going to go back in with the Morphe M576. I'm going right back diagonally into this color right here that I originally went in with. Again, so you can see it, just in case you missed it the first time. And I am going to blend... I'm going to blend the other color out, you know. I'm just going to blend this little line out. Now I'm going to go back in with the Morphe JH32. I'm going back into that deeper color and I'm just going to build it up some more. I'm just going to build and blend until I get the level of intensity that I'm going for, until I get it as deep as I want it for the look. Because even though this is a soft look, it's still a cut crease. And I want my cut to still be sharp-esque, if you will. Okay, so I am cut, and now I'm going to go in with my Morphe JH33, and I'm going to go into that darker color, that deeper shade, if you will. And I'm going to go ahead and just buff out the edges of my cut, just to make sure that it's a nice, smooth transition. Then I'll go back in with the Morphe M576. And I'll go in with the lighter color, and I'll just make sure that everything is blended out over here as well. Now I'm going to go into my Keisha Kayor palette, and I'm going to go into the color Naked. Hold on, let me take this brush out before it does that. I'm going to go into the color Naked right here, and with the Morphe M166, I'm going to put this on my lid space. I'm going back in with my Morphe JH33, and I'm just going to make sure that these colors are blended seamlessly. I'm doing something a little different for the inner corner. So I'm going to go ahead and go from my 0 to my 100. I'm going to do the other eye off camera, and I will finish my base. And before I put my lashes on, I will do my inner corner on camera. So I'll be right back. Alrighty, so I finished the other eye. I have applied my base. Nose contour for the guys. Y'all don't see me. Y'all see me. So I'm just going to take a random brush, kind of, sort of. This is my, I'm going to take my Morphe M578. And I have applied some NYX glitter primer glue to my lid that I use to put all glue on. And I'm going to put this in my inner corner. This is going to help the inner corner pop for something. So I'm going to apply this on the inner corner, and I'm going to come down a little bit, and I'm going to come up a little bit. Just a nice little thin layer. And then I'm going to take my Morphe JH40, and going into another one of my favorite palettes, I'm going to go into the Watch Me Blush palette. And I'm going to go into this color right here, Outsider. I'm going to pick that up, and I am going to apply that to my inner corner. I'm going to dab it on. Alright, now I'm going to go in, don't judge me, okay? I'm going into my unicorn palette. It's from Face Candy. I got this palette off the Hush app. It's like a website / app that has really good dupes, like really affordable good dupes. And I'm gonna go in, again, don't judge me, I'm gonna go into Celestial. As you can see, she fell out. But I can still bring her to life a little bit. I'm going to go into Celestial, and I am going to apply that on top of the Outsider from the Watch Me Blush palette. Just to give it a little bit more bling. Just a little, not a lot. Okay. So that's it for the eyes for the most part. I'm just going to go ahead and put on my lashes. So this is the final look. I really like the subtleness. I like the pop. Something a little different for me. This is probably like as subtle as it gets with me. I'm trying to work on like doing different things because I'm always dramatic. Like that's me. I'm dramatic. I'm a dramatic queen. Anyway, so let's get into what's really good. This week's what's really good topic is about child abuse. I think it's a really broad type topic in a way. I think that there are plenty of things that, many of issues that should be tackled when it comes to child abuse. I am going to list some 1-800 numbers down in the description box, where you can call if you think a child is being abused, or if you are a child that is being abused, you can get help. There are also some local numbers that I'm going to list as well, and also a national hotline to get help. Child abuse to me is a very touchy subject. Me personally, I just feel like when going through a custody battle or anything of that nature, I don't feel like the states, let me not say custody battle, when it comes to the housing and the determination of the housing of a child, I do not believe that the state asks enough questions. I personally believe that it is bigger than what your income level is, where your job is, how long you've been at that job, and what's in your refrigerator. I myself don't know personally. I just don't think that the questions like, how do you feel in this home? Do you ever feel in danger? Do you feel sad? Do you have symptoms of depression being in this home? How does this person make you feel? I think those are important questions that I don't really feel are being asked. I think that the questions that are being asked to determine the care of a child can be very generic. Like, it could be something as simple as, what did you have to eat today? I don't know for sure. That's another reason why I really wanted to talk about it and what's really good, because I don't know, and I feel like it should be known. 3 million cases of child abuse are reported a year in the United States. That is way too many. That is way too much. We have to start paying attention to the youth. We have to start paying attention to the children. We have to start paying attention to their development, how they act or interact or react to certain situations, to certain people, to certain family members. This is all important. I think that it's also really touchy because when a child is being abused, I think it's really difficult to get that child out of the situation, especially if they're being abused physically, mentally, or sexually by a parent or a family member. They may feel the need to protect that person. They may not understand that what's being done is not right. And I think that that's one of the reasons why it's difficult to deal with. It's difficult to handle because it's like, I don't want to tell people that my mom is hitting me, or I don't want to tell people that my uncle is doing this, or that daddy does this, because that's daddy. And F you to the predators that are doing that and putting these children in that situation where they feel like they can't come forward and speak their truth so they can live in their happy and live the lifestyle that they deserve to live. F you, okay? For putting them and for putting a young adolescent innocent mind in the predicament of making adult decisions that they probably can't even understand. They can't. F you, okay? So child abuse is defined as the physical maltreatment or sexual molestation of a child. I also want to say that physical and sexual are not the only forms of abuse. You can mentally abuse a child too. You can mentally tell a child they're ugly and they believe that they're ugly. You can tell a child that children, it's just not fair and it's just not right. It really is not. It's not fair and it's not right. Just because you're having an effed up day, just because you're a piss poor person and you don't have anybody else to take it out on but this child, don't do that. Take it out on yourself. Be an adult. You're the adult. They're not. It's unacceptable. It is so disgusting. It's disgusting. You are disgusting. I definitely want to know what your opinion is on what's really good. If you want to list local shelters, or if you want to add numbers in the description, you feel comfortable speaking your piece and your truth, I can be reached via email or Instagram. My email is kinseycollection@gmail.com. My Instagram is @kinseycollection. If you have any thoughts, I really want to know what's really good. How do we make sure that our children are protected? Because that's you know, it used to take a village to raise a child, and I really feel like we have to get back to that, because it's our responsibility to make sure these children are being taken care of properly, that these children are getting the love that they need to be their best, to be the best versions of themselves that they can be. They all deserve that opportunity. So let me know what's really good. I want to thank you all for spending your time with me, getting into this look, getting the message. Do not forget to listen to your first mind. Your gut is telling you something for a reason. Do not ignore it. Your gut may tell you, I don't need to make this move. I don't need to talk to this person. I don't need to do this. Something is just telling me not to do it. Don't do it. Listen, okay? I definitely want to know what's really good with child abuse, your thoughts, your stories, your ideas of how to get through it. What's really good. Until next time, beauties.